I think this is the best looking sedan right now built by a regular car maker. And looks really matter for a sedan because they've gone out of style next to SUVs and crossovers. But if more sedans started looking like this Hyundai Sonata, more people would be buying them. I will bet my Dogecoin on that one. Here's what I've got today. 2021 Sonata Limited. That's the top trim, 35 grand, fully loaded. It's not the only top trim. There's also the Hybrid Limited. That's the car I tested last year. I loved it. And for 21, there's a brand new performance trim, the N Line, 290 horsepower. That sounds great. The only downside with any Sonata, there's no all-wheel drive. It's only to the front wheels. So that means that you're spending 35 grand, you might want to get, say, an Audi A4 for maybe 10 grand more. But that car's boring. It's got a small back seat compared to this. This is huge. And with all the money you save not buying that kind of car, you can put a good set of winter tires on here. That's what I'd do. Don't be mad, Audi people, I got you. I just have lots of opinions because I drive lots of cars. So subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel because that's what we're here to do, give you unbiased reviews that you can trust.
The biggest change for the 2021 Sonata is what I'm not driving. That is the N Line, the one with 290 horsepower. Ugh, I know, right? Well, here, take a look. Doesn't look that much different than the Limited I have right now, but look closer. There's 19-inch wheels and bigger brakes behind them. The grille has a wide bar cutting through the wavy textures. The side air intakes are bigger. And inside, the steering wheel is thicker, and so are the seat bolsters. Red stitching, microfiber inserts on the seats, some badging, that's it. Because the Sonata starts out looking so damn fine, Hyundai didn't need to go crazy.
Car designers have to fight for the things they really want. They're always fighting accountants typically because they want to make the car cheaper. But you have to make a case for it, and what they've done is incredible. This line, this chrome trim on the fender and the hood, leads directly into these LED running lamps. That's expensive to do. No other car company has ever made something look like that before, and it's instantly recognizable. Hyundais of old, they copied a lot of other car features that you saw from Germany or the US. This is uniquely Hyundai, and I absolutely love it. It also has really unique grills. There's 3 different designs depending on which of the 5 trims you select. The wheels, 16 to 19 inches, and what I really like, these are the 18s on the Limited. The center caps have that center lock design that you might see on, say, 911 turbos. They got a little nice knurl. That's not what it is, of course. They're regular bolts around it, but it's just cool. Design elements like this make the Sonata really unique and classy. Panoramic roof, that's pretty standard, but if you get the Hybrid, you can get solar panels on here. Pretty wild. The Sonata is also really recognizable from behind. It looks like the fastback silhouette of the new Kia K5 because the Sonata is based on that same chassis and uses the same powertrains. But this car is a little classier. The way these little air fins are integrated here on the turn signals and lights, the spoiler coming up like this, pretty subtle, but it's nice. And hidden trunk release right there in the H logo, 16 cubic feet, which is big by any measure for a sedan. This Sonata has more passenger volume than a Toyota Avalon. It is big back here, seriously. These days, there's not much distinction between a mid-size sedan like this and a quote-unquote large sedan like the Avalon. The EPA rates this as large, but I would say that true large cars are cars like the S-Class, 100 grand and up, those type of cars. For something that costs 24 grand to start, this is premium space.
Some things are missing back here, like heated seats and window shades. Those are on the Hybrid Limited, which costs more. This all-black interior, it doesn't do justice to all the quality. The rubber on the doors and dash are padded. There's a knurled metal look for all the knobs, and shiny black plastic.
Everything's really simple, it's clean, it's high quality. Even the door tops for the rear doors, where on some cars they're really hard plastic, they're just as soft as those right up here. The only things that aren't, this center console, that's hard. There's also hard trim behind the door armrests. They don't look bad. They look like they have a nice tactile quality until you get up to them. So I don't love that about it. But if you get the Limited, you're treated to these really 2 high-res digital screens, and I'll tell you that right now, my attention is going right here.
The infotainment has a weird feature, like sounds of nature, but it's also very easy to change lots of settings. The instrument panel has some nifty looking animations and useful info, like for the tire pressure and highway driving assist. This semi-automated system is one of the best. Change lanes and you'll see live feeds of your blind spot on either side of the car. Right now, only Genesis has the automatic lane changing. But the Sonata has this. Press it when you're in park and you can control the car with the key fob. Hyundai calls it Remote Smart Parking Assist, and it's of no importance whatsoever, but hey, why not show off when you're in your Sonata? It does work, only on level ground, and the car will stop for people or objects in the way. Now this feature is only on the Limited, not the N Line or any of the hybrids. That's because it's the only Sonata with reverse emergency braking. Forward emergency braking is standard on all Sonata trims, plus lane keep assist and auto high beams.
And because normal key fobs might be too big for some people, you can start the Hyundai and unlock it with this key card you put in your wallet, or put that key on your phone. I don't really care how this thing starts, I just want to make sure it does, because I'm ready to drive. All of that from an engine with less displacement than a 2-liter bottle of Coke. Really, it's amazing these days. 1.6 liter turbo 4 with 180 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't really sound like a whole lot, but this car doesn't weigh a whole lot. And the Limited trim is just about a little over 3,300 pounds. That's really good. The gears are also really well spaced. It's an 8-speed automatic transmission. They respond really well. But it's that torque. This is the engine to get on the SEL Plus and the Limited. The standard car on the SE and SEL has a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, little more horsepower, but less torque, and the torque peak is way higher. So what that means is that when you get off the line with this car, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all to move. So that little engine in a big car like this, ordinarily in years past, you would never do something like that, right? Unless you wanted to be moving at a snail's pace. But with this Sonata, it's great. This is the engine to get, definitely. Of course, the engine I'd really like is the one in the new N Line. That's the turbo 2.5 liter with 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. Matt Smith just drove one the same week I'm driving this Sonata Limited, and yeah, he liked it. I mean, who wouldn't like another 110 horsepower for the same price? Seriously. I'm making do with 180, but some people get all the fun, right, Matt? Brake feel is also really good. The discs have some good stopping power as well. If you get the N Line, they are a little bigger, as they should be. I just like these gear shifts, man. They really... This honestly feels like the dual clutch that is in the N Line, but it's not. It's a torque converter automatic, which means it's just a regular slush box, like they call it. Standard automatic transmission, but it just shifts a lot better. Certainly a lot better than Hyundai units did before. So whatever they've done, it makes a noticeable difference in the Sonata. But if you get the N Line, the dual clutch unit is there for even faster shifts, and it's paired exclusively with that Turbo 4. Whether you choose that sporty N Line or you don't, you're getting the same suspension tune. Hyundai left that alone because this car is already pretty good. It certainly feels more planted and firmer than the Sonata Hybrid. That one definitely is on the softer side of things because the whole car is, right? It's just more insulated. It almost feels like a Lexus just in terms of the dynamics and the isolation you get. This one's still really quiet. I have double pane glass, lots of insulation, but there's more involvement. There's more involvement in the steering, in the way a car rides, and I like that. It's really good. But while I'm dreaming of driving the N Line, I'm not really missing it right now because it's 31 degrees here in Massachusetts, and I'm already having a great time with this Limited. That's how good the chassis is. And that's another reason why sedans are honestly the driver's choice. You can't beat the low center of gravity that you get in a sedan. You just don't. A crossover is higher, and it's always going to feel more top-heavy no matter how good they tune it. So the driver's choice, not just for style, for performance, for everyday performance. One of these. Fuel economy, pretty good with this engine. The 1.6T is 27 city, 37 highway, and 30 combined. I've been averaging about 31 during my drive so far. That's pretty great. You get the best of both worlds. You get some good power and good economy. Not like that with every single turbocharged engine out there.
And of course, the N Line does sip some more gas. Not exactly sip, it drinks a little bit more. But hey, you're getting 110 more horsepower. I can't emphasize that enough. That's just a ton of power going to those front wheels. Cannot wait to try that one. When you do go out shopping for a midsize sedan, you will find a lot of choice. Accord, that's the most obvious one. It's the best driving one out there that I think, especially from a powertrain perspective and for handling. Great car. The Altima and Camry, also very good, and they come with all-wheel drive. Other than the Subaru Legacy, those are your only choices in this non-premium segment that have that. Then you've got the Malibu, the Kia K5, which is the sister car, remember, to this Sonata, and you got the Legacy, Mazda 6, VW Passat. That's pretty much it. It's a lot though, right? My Sonata Limited is loaded for $35,419 with destination. The only options were floor mats and an auto-dimming rear-view mirror. The hybrid is a little more, the N Line about the same. For technology and style, nothing beats the Sonata right now. Others may handle a little better or feel more luxurious, but not by much. This is a very good car.
After COVID-19, you need to be seen in front of other people. Don't you miss that? I sure do. I miss pulling up to places in hot cars, watching everybody look at me. Honestly, you should too. And when that happens again, pull up in something like that Sonata, not a boring crossover. This is high fashion at an affordable price. And it does the whole car thing pretty good too. Space, comfort, tech, and power. You gotta get another look at this. I'm gonna walk over here. And don't forget to subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel. Watch more reviews. Go online to cargurus.com because we've got listings there. And just keep watching. We got more reviews coming. So stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.